The discovery. Commander Elena Reyes stared at the holographic display, her face illuminated by the soft blue glow of the classified files she was never meant to see. The Galactic Council headquarters loomed silently around her, its massive corridors empty during the station's night cycle. After 5 years as Earth's military liaison to the Council, Elena had learned to trust her instincts. For months, something had felt wrong in the grand corridors of galactic power. Meetings ending abruptly when humans entered, sympathetic glances from junior representatives of allied species, resource allocations that never matched promised figures. "Commander, we have 12 minutes before the security protocols reset," whispered Lieutenant Marcus Chen, her most trusted officer and the station's best data specialist. His fingers danced across the holographic interface, bypassing security measures with alarming ease. "Keep going," Elena ordered, her eyes narrowing as document after document filled the screen. The Vrax representative was right. "There's something here they don't want us to find." The Vrax, a species of crystalline beings from a distant sector, had privately approached Elena 3 days earlier. Their representative had slipped her a data crystal with access codes and a simple message. "The Council betrayed us a century ago. Now they plan the same for humanity." The files revealed a truth more horrifying than Elena had imagined. For 75 years, since humanity's admission to the Galactic Council, Earth had been classified as a Type 7 evolutionary anomaly, a species developing too rapidly for galactic stability. While publicly welcoming humans as equals, the Council's inner circle had been methodically undermining human expansion, sabotaging colony ships, and preparing for what they called resource reclamation, the controlled harvesting of Earth's resources after its population was relocated to designated habitation sectors. "They've been planning this since the beginning," Elena whispered, her voice tight with controlled fury. "The Proxima Centauri colony disaster 3 years ago. 40,000 lives lost when the atmospheric generators failed. It wasn't an accident." Marcus looked up, his face pale. "The mining station explosion near Europa last year. The failed jump drives on the Arcturus mission. All of it. Deliberate." Elena's hand clenched into a fist. "Download everything. We leave in 5 minutes." As Marcus worked, Elena discovered the most damning evidence, a timeline for final implementation. The Council planned to begin the containment and resource extraction of Earth within 6 months. Humanity would be scattered across designated habitation zones throughout the galaxy, Earth stripped of its resources, and human technological development permanently restricted. "Commander," Marcus's voice broke her concentration. "Security patrol approaching." 2 minutes early. Elena nodded sharply. Plan B signal the ship. Their emergency extraction plan was in motion before the Council security forces reached the archive room. As alarms blared throughout the station, Elena and Marcus moved swiftly through maintenance corridors, avoiding the main passageways. Their small diplomatic shuttle was docked in a secondary bay, engines already warming under the careful hands of Lieutenant Sarah Kimura, their pilot. "We've got company," Sarah reported as they rushed aboard. 6 security vessels moving to blockade positions. Elena strapped herself into the command seat. "Execute emergency protocol Delta 9. We need to reach the jump point." The diplomatic shuttle, officially registered as an unarmed transport, revealed its true nature as hidden weapon systems came online. Earth had learned long ago never to trust completely, even while building alliances. Every human vessel carried capabilities unknown to the Council. As they broke away from the station, Council ships moved to intercept. "Attention Earth vessel," came the stern message. "Return to dock immediately. You have accessed restricted areas and must submit to questioning." Elena opened a channel. "This is Commander Elena Reyes on diplomatic mission. We've received emergency recall orders from Earth Command and must return immediately." The lie wouldn't hold for long, but it might buy them precious minutes. The Council ships hesitated, their commanders unsure if stopping a diplomatic vessel might trigger an interspecies incident. That hesitation was all they needed. Sarah expertly maneuvered the shuttle through the gathering blockade, pushing the engines beyond their official specifications. The Council vessels opened fire as they realized the humans were escaping, but the shuttle's hidden defensive systems absorbed the impacts. "Jump point in 30 seconds, Marcus called out, his hand steady despite the ship shuddering around them. "They're calling for reinforcements," Sarah warned. "Heavy cruisers moving to cut off the jump vector." Alina's eyes remained fixed on the tactical display. "Stay on course. They won't risk destroying us. They need to know what we found." The shuttle reached the jump point with seconds to spare, its engines straining as Sarah executed the dimensional fold that would carry them across light years in an instant. As space bent around them, Alina caught a final glimpse of the Council ships growing smaller on their sensors. The journey to Earth took 3 days, even with the advanced jump drive. Alina spent the time reviewing the stolen files, building a comprehensive case to present to Earth's unified command. The evidence was irrefutable: decades of sabotage, manipulation, and preparation for humanity's eventual containment and exploitation. Earth's orbital defense platforms detected their approach immediately. A squadron of military vessels moved to intercept, weapons locked on the returning shuttle. "Unidentified vessel, this is Earth Defense Command. Identify yourself and state your purpose," came the stern order. "This is Commander Alina Reyes, authorization code Sierra, Echo Victor Echo November. I have critical intelligence for Unified Command, Priority Alpha." Alina transmitted the authentication codes, hoping they would still be recognized after their unauthorized departure from the Council station. After tense moments, the Defense Force acknowledged her codes. "Commander Reyes, you are cleared for direct approach to Geneva Command Center. Escort vessels are being dispatched." The shuttle descended through Earth's atmosphere, flanked by 4 sleek fighter craft. Below, the gleaming spires of Geneva, seat of Earth's unified government, since the wars of the previous century, spread across the restored landscape. Admiral Hiroshi Yamamoto, head of Earth's military command, waited on the landing pad with a security detail. His weathered face betrayed no emotion as Alina and her crew disembarked. "Commander," he said simply, "the Council has already demanded your immediate return for trial. They claim you stole state secrets and damaged their archives during your escape." Alina handed him the secure data device. "They're right, Admiral, and what we found justifies every measure we took." Within an hour, Earth's Unified Command Council had assembled in the secure underground chamber beneath Geneva. 12 leaders representing Earth's combined military, scientific, and governmental authority sat in grim silence as Alina presented the evidence. "The Council has been planning our destruction since the day we joined," she concluded, her voice steady despite the exhaustion of the past days. "According to their timeline, we have less than 6 months before they begin implementation." Admiral Yamamoto stood, activating a secure holographic display. "Commander Reyes, what you've discovered confirms suspicions we've harbored for decades. It's time you learned the truth about Earth's preparations." The display filled with images Alina had never seen before: massive fleet formations hidden in dimensional pockets, weapons technology far beyond what Earth officially acknowledged possessing, manufacturing facilities concealed within asteroids and on rogue planets. After the First Contact War, Earth's leadership made a decision, Yamamoto explained. "We would join the Galactic Council, learn everything we could, but never trust completely. While maintaining the appearance of compliance with Council technology restrictions, we've been developing our true capabilities in secret for 75 years." President Amara Okafor, head of Earth's unified government, spoke next. "The question now is how we respond. The Council believes us vulnerable. They don't know our true strength." Alina studied the displays showing Earth's hidden military power. It was far greater than even she, a senior commander, had realized. "They've betrayed us and planned our destruction," she said finally. "But a preemptive strike would confirm their worst fears about humanity and turn neutral species against us." Professor Zhang Wei, Earth's leading xenoanthropologist, nodded in agreement. Many younger council species face similar treatment from the elder races. We could find allies if we approached this correctly. Admiral Yamamoto's expression hardened. Then we give them a choice they never intended to give us. Commander Reyes, are you prepared to return to the council? Elena understood immediately what he was asking. Yes, Admiral. This time, not as a diplomat, but as humanity's messenger. Very well, President Okafor declared. In 3 days, Earth will reveal its true strength and issue its final warning to the Galactic Council. Commander Reyes will deliver our message personally. As the meeting concluded, Elena found herself looking at the holographic image of Earth rotating slowly in the center of the chamber. For 75 years, humanity had played the role of an eager, grateful addition to galactic society, while the Council plotted their destruction. Now the Council would learn that humans had never been as vulnerable as they appeared, and that betrayal came with consequences. Humanity's response. The Grand Council chamber hummed with confused voices as representatives from over 200 species filled the massive circular room. An emergency session had been called, but no one seemed to know why, not even the 7 High Counselors who governed the Galactic Alliance. Order, demanded High Counselor Vren, his scaled skin flushing dark purple with irritation. We will have order in this chamber. As the noise subsided, the enormous doors at the main entrance slid open. Commander Elena Reyes walked in, flanked by 6 humans in formal military attire. Behind them came a surprise, representatives from 12 other species, including the crystalline Vrax and the nomadic Kel, all younger races who had joined the Council within the last millennium. High Counselor Thala of the ancient Thrin rose from her seat, her elongated fingers tapping against the control panel. What is the meaning of this intrusion? Commander Reyes, you are wanted for theft of Council documents and... I am here by authority of Earth's unified command. Elena interrupted, her voice carried clearly through the chamber by the acoustics. 3 days ago, I discovered evidence of a betrayal so profound that it threatens the very foundation upon which this council was built. The central holographic display activated, showing classified council documents detailing plans for Earth's containment and resource extraction. Several council members shifted uncomfortably as they recognized the files. For 75 years, humanity has participated in good faith as members of this galactic community, Elena continued. Yet for those same 75 years, certain members of this council have been planning our containment, exploitation, and eventual destruction. High Counselor Vren stood quickly. These accusations are unfounded. Whatever documents you claim to have found are clearly forgeries designed to. They are not forgeries. Elena cut him off. We have verified their authenticity, including the signatures authorizing the sabotage of human colonies that resulted in the deaths of thousands of our people. The display shifted to show scenes of colonial disasters followed by the confidential council reports that revealed their true cause. Elena's voice hardened. We have transmitted these documents to every member species of the council, not just to your representatives here, but directly to your homeworlds and colonies. Your citizens are viewing this evidence as we speak. Chaos erupted in the chamber as representatives frantically checked their communication devices, confirming Elena's claim. The humans had somehow bypassed all security protocols to broadcast directly to hundreds of worlds simultaneously. This is an outrage, shouted one representative, a violation of Council sovereignty. Elder Counselor Xanfal of the ancient Moravi remained silent until now. Unlike the others, his ancient eyes showed not anger but deep concern. How did you manage such a transmission? He asked quietly, yet his voice carried through the chamber. Our security systems should have prevented it. Elena allowed a small smile. That brings us to the second part of our message today. The main display changed, showing space around the council homeworld. A collective gasp rose as representatives saw what appeared on the screen. A human fleet had emerged from dimensional folds surrounding the council capital world. Not the small defensive force the council believed Earth possessed, but hundreds of advanced warships unlike any they had previously revealed. Impossible, whispered High Counselor Thala. Our intelligence indicated humans have only 63 warships. Your intelligence was wrong, replied Elena simply. Just as you were wrong to believe we would not discover your betrayal. Just as you were wrong to think we would not prepare for it. The display now showed technical specifications of the human fleet, advanced shielding systems, weapons based on dimensional phase technology, and artificial intelligence integration far beyond what the Council believed humans possessed. You see before you only 1/5 of Earth's true military capability, Admiral Yamamoto stated, stepping forward. We could have struck without warning, as you planned to do to us. Instead, we choose to issue a final warning. Elena moved to the center of the chamber. Humanity officially withdraws from the Galactic Council, effective immediately. We demand all Council forces withdraw from human space within 7 standard days. Any Council vessel found within our territories after that time will be considered hostile and dealt with accordingly. The elder Counselor Xanthal rose slowly from his seat, his ancient form trembling slightly, not with fear, but with the weight of memory. I have lived through 12 galactic cycles, he said, his voice carrying the wisdom of millennia. I have seen species rise and fall. I have witnessed the birth and death of civilizations, and I recognize what stands before us today. The chamber fell silent as all eyes turned to the elder. Once, 100,000 years ago, we encountered another species that evolved as quickly as humans. They too hid their true capabilities. They too prepared for betrayal. His ancient eyes fixed on Admiral Yamamoto. We underestimated them, as we have underestimated you. What happened to them? Asked a young representative from the back of the chamber. They destroyed themselves through their own aggression, Xanthal answered. The question now is whether humans will follow the same path. Admiral Yamamoto met the ancient being's gaze. That is entirely up to you. Humanity does not seek war. We seek only to exist without the threat of extinction hanging over us. The display changed again, showing a star map with clear boundaries marking human territory, far larger than what the Council had previously recognized, including systems humans had secretly colonized. These are our terms, Elena announced. Respect our boundaries, and all operations against human interests. Acknowledge our sovereignty. Do these things, and peace is possible. Several of the younger Council species representatives were already in heated discussions, some openly supportive of the human position, particularly those who had faced similar treatment from the dominant Council powers. And if we refuse these demands? Asked High Counselor Vren, his voice tight with controlled rage. In answer, one of the human ships demonstrated a previously unknown technology. It created what appeared to be a small controlled dimensional rift beside an uninhabited moon, causing a section of the celestial body to simply fold into another reality and disappear. That technology is forbidden, shouted a representative from the back. By your laws, not ours, replied Admiral Yamamoto calmly. We no longer recognize Council authority. We are giving you a choice that we ourselves never received. The opportunity to avoid conflict. Elena looked around the chamber one last time. You have 7 days to respond. Choose wisely. As the human delegation turned to leave, Elder Counselor Xanthal called out once more. Commander Reyes. His ancient voice resonated with something like respect. In all our calculations about human potential, what did we miss? How did your species prepare so thoroughly for a betrayal you shouldn't have suspected? Elena paused at the doorway. Because throughout our history, every time humans have encountered a more advanced civilization, we've suffered. So when we reached the stars and found you, we hoped for the best, but prepared for exactly what we found. The doors closed behind the human delegation, leaving the Council in stunned silence as the fleet outside maintained its perfect formation, a visible reminder that the galaxy's balance of power had shifted forever. For 6 days, the Galactic Council debated furiously behind closed doors. Some species argued for immediate compliance with human demands, while others insisted that giving in to such threats would set a dangerous precedent. The elder races remained unusually quiet, their ancient minds calculating possibilities that younger species could not yet comprehend. On the seventh day, as the deadline approached, the Council made its decision. Admiral Yamamoto stood on the bridge of the Earth flagship Defender, reviewing defense system reports when the communication officer called out, "Admiral, we're detecting multiple jump signatures at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system." Yamamoto's expression remained calm. "Show me." The main display activated, revealing a massive Council armada emerging from jump points near Earth's closest colony. Over 300 warships from 24 species formed attack formations. "They've made their choice," Yamamoto said quietly. He opened a channel to Earth Command. "Madam President, the Council has launched a preemptive strike against Proxima Colony. Request permission to activate Defense Protocol Omega." President Okafor's voice came through clearly. "Permission granted, Admiral. Show them exactly what they're dealing with." Yamamoto nodded to his communications officer. "Send the signal to all ships and colonies. Omega Protocol is now active throughout human space." Hidden defense systems awakened on seemingly ordinary colony worlds. Massive sections of landscape slid away to reveal weapons platforms. Mining stations transformed into battle stations. Civilian ships reconfigured into their true military forms. At Proxima Centauri, the colony's governor activated their planetary defense grid, technology that the Council had no idea existed. "All non-essential personnel to shelters," she ordered. "Defense grid to full power. Activate the shield network." Outside, the first wave of Council ships approached the seemingly vulnerable colony, their sensors showing minimal defenses, exactly what they expected. The Council Fleet Commander, General Krath of the militant Volus species, smiled with satisfaction. The humans bluffed. "This colony is practically defenseless. Begin the attack sequence. Show them the price of defiance." The first volley of energy weapons fired from 50 Council warships simultaneously, enough firepower to level the entire main settlement. But the shots never reached their targets. A shimmering energy field materialized around the colony, absorbing the attack completely. Then, from orbital positions where Council sensors had detected nothing, 30 human ships decloaked, surrounding the attacking fleet. The human ships fired weapons unlike anything the Council had seen before. They didn't use typical energy beams or projectiles. Instead, small dimensional rifts opened directly inside the Council vessel's engine compartments and weapon systems, selectively removing key components without harming crew members. Aboard his command ship, General Krath watched in horror as ship after ship in his fleet lost power and weapons capability, without a single casualty. "Impossible," he shouted. "How are they doing this? Where are these weapons in our intelligence reports?" Throughout Council space, hidden human installations activated simultaneously. These weren't weapons, but communication arrays, broadcasting a message to every Council world and ship. The Council leadership betrayed your trust. They planned the destruction of humanity, as they have planned the subjugation of many species before us. We offer you a choice. Continue following leaders who rule through deception, or join us in building a new galactic community based on mutual respect and true cooperation. Within hours, 7 younger Council species had declared their support for humanity. By the end of the standard day, that number had grown to 23. 3 days after the failed attack on Proxima Centauri, Commander Elena Reyes stood once more before the Galactic Council, this time not as a supplicant, but as a representative of the newly formed alliance of free worlds. "The old Council is dissolved," she announced to the chamber, now half empty as many representatives had withdrawn to join the alliance. "A new era begins today, one where no species will plan the destruction of another in secret chambers while speaking of friendship in public." Elder Counselor Xanf Hall, one of the few ancient species representatives who had chosen to attend, looked at Elena with eyes that had seen civilizations rise and fall. "You have changed the course of galactic history, Commander. I only hope it leads to a better path than the one we were on. Elena met his ancient gaze without flinching. That, elder counselor, is entirely up to all of us. Humanity extends its hand in true friendship, but never again will we extend it blindly. As she left the chamber, Elena knew the road ahead would not be easy. Building trust where betrayal had flourished would take generations, but humanity had proven itself a force the galaxy could no longer ignore or underestimate, and in doing so, had perhaps saved not only itself, but countless other species from a similar fate. The stars looked different to her now as she gazed out from the station's viewing port, not distant points of light in an ancient, unchanging order, but beacons of possibility in a galaxy forever changed by humanity's final warning.